I am here on location in my parents' kitchen, making a peach cobbler. And the ingredients are, I have some frozen sliced peaches, about 4 bags. I have a stick of butter, brown sugar, some raw sugar, flour, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and some vanilla extract. So let's get started. Okay, so in my pot I have the 4 bags of frozen peaches, and I have the heat on medium high. So my peaches are kind of making a little sizzling noise. I just dropped a stick of butter in there. I'm going to put a lid on it. I don't want to like stir the peaches too much because I don't want them like smushed up, and I don't want them, you know, I don't want to like puree the peaches. So okay, so my butter is pretty much all melted, and now I'm going to add a half a cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of raw sugar. And here is my raw sugar. I like to do brown and regular sugar just because, you know, it kind of adds a different flavor to it. Now, because these peaches are not canned, you know, they're just regular peaches, frozen, so they don't have the extra syrup or sugar in them. So you know, a cup of sugar, you know, may not be enough. So, you know, you might want to do like 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. So I'm going to kind of give this a little stir and then add my spice. Okay, so I have my ground cinnamon right here, and you can just add about a tablespoon. I kind of do this by feel. So but you know, depending on the size you're making, like if you're making a small one, and probably about 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, and of course a couple of teaspoons of vanilla. So depending on the size you're making, you can adjust your spices that way. Like if you're making a small one, or if you're kind of making what we call the family reunion size, you can oops, fogging up the camera, you can adjust your spices accordingly. Okay, so I have all of my my brown sugar, my raw sugar, my vanilla extract, and my cinnamon and nutmeg, and of course this smells divine. So the last step, I'm going to let this simmer. I'm going to like turn it down to low, maybe do 1.5. Okay, 1.4, that's good. I'm going to put a lid on it, and what I did earlier was, while but since the peaches were frozen, usually what I like to do is reserve some of the juice before I dump all the peaches into the pot. So what I did was, while the peaches were kind of like thawing out in the pot, I took out some of the liquid. And what this is for is that it's like a peach soup right now, and you know, we're making a peach cobbler, not a peach soup. So what the reserved liquid is for is that I add, depending on how much liquid I have, you know, like a tablespoon at a time of flour, and you mix it up really well to make like a almost like a paste, and then you add it to the cobbler mixture, you know, to kind of thicken it up some. So that, okay, so this is my peach peach liquid with about 2 tablespoons of flour, and I probably added, you know, I don't know, about a half a tablespoon of water to it. So, you know, I really didn't have to add too much water. So, you know, you want your mix to kind of be like the, you know, the consistency of like a pancake batter. Okay, so I just added the flour peach juice mixture, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lot thicker than what it was. Okay, so I just laid out the bottom half of my crust, and as you can see, it's like it's not perfect because it doesn't have to be. So I know typically that, you know, crusts aren't on the bottom of peach cobbler, but for some reason in my family that's just how we've been doing it, and it's always been a hit. So I'm going to stick this in the oven. Okay, here's my crust, nice and hot from the oven. Now what I do, I don't just dump the peaches in here, I kind of drain them first like this. Well, not like super drain it, but enough with a slotted spoon, and then just layer it out that way so that I can get all of the peaches, and then once that's done, I can take whatever remaining juice is left over and then just kind of spoon that on top. Okay, so I've gotten all the yummy peaches out, and now I'm just the remaining liquid. I probably won't use all of it, but you know, just to kind of spoon some of it, you know, over the top so that most of what you'll have is like a lot of yummy peaches and, you know, not too much liquid. So I spoon a little bit more, you know, over the top, and, you know, kind of try to even it out a bit. And then I'm going to put my little striped crust over the top of my cobbler. Okay, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So here's my lattice, and I have about a tablespoon of sugar. Superfine sugar works best, and a dash of cinnamon, and probably about a half a teaspoon or so of nutmeg. And what I do is just kind of sprinkle this over the top to kind of give it that, you know, pretty you know, finished look about it. And then I'm going to set it in a 350 degree oven. Okay, so my oven is on 350, and as you can see, it's almost 1 a.m. in the morning. So my oven's on 350, and I'm going to need both of my hands to put this in the oven. Okay, so it's been about 30-40 minutes, and the top of my crust, let me take this out so we can get a better look at it. Okay, the top of my crust has this really goldenish color to it. It's nice and gelled, because you don't have to necessarily cook it as much as you kind of like want the peaches to kind of mesh, and meld together. So I'm going to leave this here. It's very hot, so, and it smells absolutely yummy. So there is my version of a peach cobbler. So hope you enjoy, and don't eat too much. Bye.